Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Lukaschevich. I am Director of Managed Services for Forte Group, and today I'm here to answer some of your digital questions. All right, so the first question I have from Patricia T, and she has the following question. Can you share any strategies of how to avoid unplanned development costs? So it's actually a good question. And before I answer, I'm going to preface it that I usually split costs into software and infrastructure. So I'm going to focus here on the software. And typically when it comes to software, I'm assuming here we're talking about overriding the project or people spending too much time with things that were not planned or simply just not having enough time to complete what you were planning to complete. The way I typically look at it when I build a team or when I try to plan out how long things going to take, I think about three things. First and foremost, I do allow for development slack. And some of you probably heard about, 20% rule, 15% rule is basically, 1 day out of the week, you allow developers to do things to improve the process, to look at technical debt, or just to spend the time the things they should be spending on, the things they should be spending on. It might sound like a waste, but what I realized throughout the years is that a lot of developers actually do spend this time on improving the process, improving the quality of the code, and that contributes to your overall velocity. And when something if you do run into any issues, you can easily take this one extra day as the developers were planning to do on their own things and use that day to kind of work on a project related ideas. So that's rule number one. The other thing I'm thinking is investing in quality, and you probably heard that before. Automate as much as you can. Try to remove the tasks that are repeatable. It sounds like a cliche, but I realize that the more you rely on automation, where it makes sense to rely on automation, the more you streamline your process. And you basically, by doing that, you're eliminating so much waste. Not only the waste, but you're also eliminating the areas where humans make mistakes when it comes to deployment, when it comes to building, when it comes to testing. Invest in automation early and it pays off later. The third thing I'm trying to think as is trying to invest in people. There are a lot of times when you go to a project or you have a team and developers are just saying, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. If you have this kind of mentality, typically it's not that they're not interested in the success of a project, but they not put in their best. If you make developers own the project, if you look at them as a partner, as a true partners, saying, hey guys, here's the problem we're trying to solve, help you find the best possible way to solve it, then your development team is going to be much more vested in the success. And you'd be surprised how many ideas they're going to come up with of how to make your development process more faster, how to improve the quality of a product, and how to make your overall delivery much more streamlined. So basically, don't come to the development team giving them a very concrete task, saying, hey guys, I want you to do A, B, C, and D. Come to them and say, hey guys, help me solve the problem, and help me solve the problem the best way you can. Because obviously that's why you're paying them the money, they're the experts, and you'll be surprised if you present the problem from that perspective, how good of a feedback you're going to get from the development team. So those are the three things when it comes to how to potentially avoid unplanned development costs.